Hi, good morning everybody. This is Krishna, SRNK GDC Banswara, Department of Zoology. In this session, we will discuss about the BSc, BHC students, 6th SEM, Aquatic Biology. Aquatic Biology, in this session, we will discuss lake ecology. Introduction: the study of inland waters, lakes, and freshwater and salinity. For example, reservoirs, rivers, streams, wetlands, and groundwater. The studying of inland waters, limnology. Limnology is the study of inland waters. Example: lakes, reservoirs, rivers, streams, and wetlands, and groundwaters. As ecologically system interacting with their drainage basins and the atmosphere. The freshwater environment: lake, pond, river, swamp, marsh, bog, fen. The classification of inland waters according to water flow. These are two types. First one is lotic and second one is lentic. The lotic, running water series, for example rivers, continuous and with a definite direction, sequence, Brook Creek River. The lentic, standing water series, sequence, example lakes, ponds, swamps. These are two types. First one is lotic and the second one is lentic. Lotic means running water, lentic means standing water series. The inland water bodies and wetlands. The lake is a body of water occupied in a basin and lacking continuity with the sea. It has a considerable area and deep enough to stratify. Pond. Pond is a small shallow body of water either formed through depression or man-made. Is a type of wetland that is dominated by herbaceous rather than woody plant species. Marshes can often be found at the edges of lakes and streams where they form a transition between the aquatic and terrestrial ecosystems. They are often dominated by grasses, rushes, or reeds. The inland water bodies: the first one lake, and the second one is a pond, and the third one is marsh. The fourth one is swamps. It is a wetland that is forested. Many swamps occur along large rivers where they are critically dependent upon natural water level fluctuations. Other swamps occur on the shore of large lakes. Swamps is a wetland that is forested. Many swamps occur along the large rivers where they are critically dependent upon natural water level fluctuations. The fifth one, bog, is a wetland that accumulates peat, a deposit of dead plant material, often mosses, and in a majority of cases, sphagnum moss. It is one of the four main types of wetlands. Other names of bogs include mere, quagmire, and muskeg. Quagmire and muskeg. And last one, fen, is one of the four main types of wetland and is usually fed by mineral rich surface water or groundwater. Fens are characterized by their water chemistry, which is nectaral or alkaline, with relatively high dissolved mineral leaves levels but few other plant nutrients. They are usually dominated by grasses and sedges and typically have brown mosses in general. And next one, the lake ecology. The lake ecology is the study of the lake's biotic and abiotic interaction and relationship. You see the diagram, the water, the forestry, plants, animals, and microorganisms. That's why abiotic factors and biotic factors interaction with the relationship. The origin of lakes. Glacial lake. Lake formed by a glaciers. Example, Pingo Lake. Example, Pingo Lake. The origin of lakes. The first one is tectonic lake. Lake formed by movements of the earth's crust. Carbon lakes formed between floods and adjacent highlands. Example, Lake Baikal of Siberia. Deepest lake in the world, Lake of California Lake, Tanganyika, East Africa. Second deepest lake. Of Lift Lake, a result of eperogenesis, wide-reaching tectonic events that rise large crustal blocks and sometimes bring about the formation of enormous basins. Example, Caspian Sea. Earthquake lakes, water is spilled through a series of earthquake events forming lakes. Example, Reelfoot Lake, United States, spilled from the Mississippi River. Spilled from the Mississippi River. See the diagram or images. The Lake Baikal, the Lake Tanganyika, the Caspian Sea, and Reelfoot Lake. See the diagram. Origin of lakes. Landside slide lakes form from the impoundment of stream valleys by rock slides, mud floats, and other mass movements of rocks. The origin of lakes. Volcanic lake formed through the volcanic actions. Crater lake, lakes formed by volcanoes. Lava lake formed by lava depression. Kule lake, magma hardened and formed a basin. Ice scar lake, whereas ice sheets move over relatively flat surface of hard jointed of fractured rock. Hollow basins are formed and subsequently filled with water. Solution lakes, lakes in carbonic substrates, lakes in salt collapsed bases. Lake, Aeolian lake formed due to the erosive force of the wind. Fluvial lakes formed by founding of deltas. Leaf lakes shallow, elongate, parallel to stream. Oxbow lakes formed by isolated loops of meandering mature streams. shoreline lakes formed by a wave actions in the shoreline, example beach pools, lake basins, currents are excavated by organisms, example beaver. The world's largest freshwater lakes, you see the diagram, Superior, America, Victoria, Africa, Iran, Michigan, Tanganyika, Baikal, Russia, Malawi, Erie, Winnipeg, Ontario. The lake and surface of area, maximum depth. Major lakes in the Philippines, Laguna de Bay, Llano, Taal, Manatee, Naian, Buluan, Bato, Ogusi, Labas, Lumo, Uhi. Lake zonations. The lake is divided into different zones determined by depth and distance from the shoreline. First one is littoral zone. You see the diagram. Limnatic zone, profundal zone, photic zone, and benthic zone. The lake is divided into different zones. First one, littoral. Lake zonations. The lake is divided into different zones determined by depth and distance. The littoral zone, the shallow and warmest zone of the lake. It sustains a fairly diverse community, species of algae like diatoms, rooted and floating aquatic plants, grazing snails, clams, insects, crustaceans, fishes, and amphibians. Example: subject to flow, fluctuating temperature and erosion of shore materials through wave actions, sediment is versus unprotected shores, shallow water depth, lighted. It is a bond from shoreline, the depth where aquatic plants disappear. Wave actions is extreme. The limnatic zone, the second one, near surface open water surrounded by the littoral zone, well lighted like the littoral zone, and is dominated by the plankton, both phytoplankton and zooplankton. Plankton are small and organisms that play a crucial role in the food chain. Most life would not be possible without them. Variety of freshwater fish also occupy this zone. It is where the trophogenic zone occurs. The trophogenic synthesis of organic carbon occurs largely defined by the epilimnion. The profundal zone, third one. The profundal zone, cold and dense region of the lake. It is also called as the aphotic zone, where light is reduced, current minimum, temperature nearly uniform, oxygen scanty, depleted, methane and carbon dioxide abundant, hydrogen concentration is high because of the presence of carbonic acid, decomposing, decaying matter found in the hypolimnia. Sediments are fine particles. Benthic organisms dominate the photic zone. The photic zone, lighted zone on the lake. Primary production in the photic zone influenced by three major factors: nutrients, light for photosynthesis, grazing pressure. The rate which is the plants are eaten by herbivorous. Nutrients, especially phosphate and nitrate, are often scarce in the photic zone because they are used up quickly by plants during photosynthesis. The external inputs of nutrients are received through rainfall, river flow, weathering of rocks and soil, human activities, sewage dumping. Rainfall, river flow, weathering of rocks and soil, human activities, sewage dumping. The benthic zone, depth of the water, the last zone, the lowest zone, benthic zone, bottom area of the lake. Many groups and varieties of animals live here. A few are worms, crustaceans, and protozoa. The life in this zone is mostly made of bottom dwellers, which get most of their food from dead and decaying organisms. Most of the organisms that benthic zone are scavengers because they are dependent on dead flesh as their main food source. Organisms here tend to tolerate cooler temperatures well, place where decomposition takes place. For the profundal and benthic zones, low levels of photosynthesis result in low levels of dissolved oxygen. The classification of lakes according to the nutrient status: the first one oligotrophic, second one mesotrophic, and third one eutrophic. The oligotrophic, poor nutrient; mesotrophic, middle or intermediate; eutrophic, high nutrient. Oligotrophic system: water is clear and appears blue to blue green in the sunlight. The nutrient content in the water is low, right? Although nitrogen is abundant, phosphorus is highly limited, low production of organic matter, particularly phytoplankton, oxygen concentration and remains high, free of weeds or large algae blooms. Then have some large game fish, but small populations, no food for bacteria, sandy rocky bottom. The mesotrophic system: lakes that receive large amounts of organic matter from surrounding lands, particularly in the form of humic materials that stain the water brown, low only in the planktonic vegetation but have generally high productivity littoral zones. Littoral vegetation dominates the metabolism of the lake, providing a source of both dissolved and particulate organic matter. Some organic sediment accumulating, some loss of oxygen in the lower waters. The third one, eutrophic system: high productivity, high depth of organic sediment associated with high nitrogen and phosphorus, increases in growth of algae and other aquatic plants, may experience oxygen depletion, anoxic lower layer. The lake stratification: you see the diagram, epilimnion, metilimnion, hypolimnion. The epilimnion is the upper layer of circulating warm water, usually no more than 6 meters deep, where dissolved oxygen concentrations are moderate to high. And second one is metalimnion or thermocline, a layer of rapid temperature and oxygen decreases with the depth, often quite thin, separating the upper and lower layers. The third one is hypolimnion, a cold, deep water, non-circulating layer in which oxygen is low or absent. Epilimnia, the top most layer in the thermally stratified lake. This is a warmer and typically has a higher pH and dissolved oxygen concentration than the hypolimnia. Typically mixed as a result of surface wind mixing, free to exchange dissolved gases, carbon dioxide, oxygen with the atmosphere. It contains the most phytoplankton. Metalimnia, temperature changes more rapidly with depth than it is does in the layers above or below. The thermoclines may be a semi-permanent feature of the body of water in which they occur. They may from temporarily response to phenomena such as the radiative heating, cooling surface water during the day and night. Factors that affect the depth and thickness of a thermocline include seasonal weather variations, latitude and local environmental conditions such as tides and currents. And hypolimnia. Typically, the hypolimnion is the coldest layer of a lake in summer and the warmest layer during winter. Being at depth, is isolated from the surface wind mixing during summer and usually receives insufficient irradiance, light and photosynthesis to occur. In deep temperate lakes, the bottommost waters of the hypolimnion are typically close 4 degrees centigrade throughout the year. The hypolimnion may be much warm in lake at the warm latitudes. The hypolimnion is the coldest layer of lake and the warmest layer during the winter season. The lake overturn. The lake overturn is a circulation which recharges oxygen and nutrients through the basin. You see the diagram. In temperate lakes, the changes of the seasons help move water in the lake. Tropical lakes often stay stratified because warm water always stays on the top. In temperate lakes, the winter months chilly the surface water so that it gets colder than the water underneath, causing to the sink. This happens in the spring and the lake overturn. The circulation which recharges oxygen and nutrients through the basin. In this session, we will discuss about the lake introduction, origin of lakes, types of lakes, the lakes, wetlands, water bodies. The completely we will discuss in this session. The BSc, BJC, the final year students in aquatic biology paper, the lake introduction and the types. In this session, we will discuss. Thank you, one and all. Thank you very much, and good luck.